Hello, let's go over some basic geometry for elementary school. This is Jacobit's Learning. Let's look at shapes of geometry before we begin. You have 1, 2, 3 sides here, so that is called a triangle. And let's get some of the Greek words here. Whenever you have 3 sides, it's called tri. Whenever you have 4 sides, it's called a quad. So you have one side here, one side here, one side here, one side here. So that's a quad. And I'm going to do the capital Q, U, A, D. Okay, and this too is 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do the lowercase q, U, A, D. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, although these are kind of coming out almost like a laptop cover. We'll get into that later. This is 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. But look, it's kind of cut out, but still 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like the base of something, but it's still a quad. And today we're going to with shapes of squares and rectangles. This is a quadrilateral. If you go here while the people are swimming, there's a pool here. There is a side called a length, and there's another side over here called the width. The width is how long. So the width is right here. W, I, D, T, H. It's how something goes across, the width. If you're measuring yourself for a shirt, you have a width. This down from here to here is like the runner. This is called the length. So it's how long something goes down. So I'm going to give you a cue. Length means long. Okay, so no matter what, as long as it's 4-sided, even if it's 2-dimensional, and even if it's 2-dimensional like here, it's still got one side here, one side here, one side here, one side here, so it's a quadrilateral. Same thing here, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't see the back of the rug. But I use this because a pool is a common quadrilateral square. It's also a rectangle in most cases, and your rugs mostly are like rectangular. They're rectangles. They're called rectangles. Okay, so here's some more quadrilaterals. If you look at it, this looks like a type of a laptop cover. This could be like a gymnast's balance beam, and this could be like the side of a sofa over here, but as long as it has one side here, one side here, one side here, one side here, it's called a what? Quad. And so they call it quadrilateral because lateral means side. And because it's plural, you have the S here. So we call it a four sides. Okay, 4 sides. Okay, here's some more shapes again, shapes. All right, so let's get into the area of a quadrilateral. I know some of the 3rd graders are working on the end of the year exam. The area is length times width. And because these are all the same, you don't even have to worry about which one is the width and which one is the length as we go here. Okay, and you just multiply only, solely, only the length times the width. And when you do that, you are going to get 10 times 10 equals 100. It was done for you, but here you go. If you don't remember your multiplication tables, just real quick, 10 times 10. You over here, 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 is here. 0 times 1 is 0. This is a placeholder here, so it doesn't count. And this is 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. You are adding down. It's 100. Sorry about that, it's on the line. So this was done for you, but it is 100. Here's the thing, you have to keep in mind whether you're doing the area or perimeter. Now the perimeter is all sides around. If you can think of something, why don't you think if you were swimming, if this were a pool, and you were swimming around this, like it's how long or how you would have to swim around it. You can think of it in terms of minutes, and it has to be the whole perimeter, which is the outside, I'm sorry. It has to be the whole um, outside, I'm sorry, inside here is a perimeter. The reason they do that is because a pool, if you're measuring something, you want to make sure that you've got all sides covered. So here you would have 2 times length times width. A lot of people forget this. Like if you're going to take the length here and you're going to take the width here, you're going to have your length and width over here, and you do your inside brackets first. 10 plus 10 is 20. And then these brackets means that you multiply. So 2 times 20 is 40. So 40 is a perimeter. But guess what? It says the perimeter of a square or rectangle is 2 times the length plus the width, or just add the area around the shape. Whatever you saw here, you just add. So it has 4 sides, 10 plus 10 is 20, plus this 10 is 30, plus this 10, sorry about that there, is now 40. So that's the one I like to use because then I just remember I'm just adding 4 sides. So I get 40 there. And no big deal. I just want to make sure that I wrote this well. 40. Okay, that's what you want to think about. Adding around is a perimeter, and the area is length times width. Okay, so now measure the quadrilateral, the perimeter. Right here is written. Why don't you just do side plus side plus side plus side? And remember, if it's a quad, you only have 4 sides. So if you think about it, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 6 plus 2 is 8. But let's do it long. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Come on, guys, you made it this far, so you know this already is 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 and 2 is 6. And 6 and 2 is 8. That's your perimeter. Okay, now let's worry about the area. The area is the length times the width. Okay, do you guys remember that you had to figure out that if you are in a pool that is a regular rectangle, one side is 2, the other side is 2, that usually if it's a square or a rectangle, they have equal sides. Many of them do. In fact, most of them do. So you have 1, 2 here for the length, 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here for the width, and 1, 2 here for the length. So forget about one side or the other side and just do 2 is this width, 2 is this length, and then you have 2 times 2. Your elementary math, 2 times 2 is 4. So a lot of people want to add this around again because they get the perimeter confused with the area, but you know that 1 is length times width, and in elementary school they teach you for the perimeter that 2 times length times width so you don't get confused. But whatever way is easier for you. Measure this quadrilateral. Does anybody want to take a quick guess at the area? Well, area is length times width. It doesn't matter which one you choose. The area is going to be what? This length times width. 4 times 4. What is that? 16. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. And 4 times 4 is 16. You know your times tables. Okay, let's switch. Perimeter is the area around So perimeter is all four sides. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. 8 and 8 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus is 16. Thank you for watching. You play if you need help.